You're watching the Sports and Political channel of LB. If you're not subscribing to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. This particular story here is very disappointing and it's very heartbreaking. But at the same time, I need to emphasize that this could contain content that might be graphic in nature, and it could be traumatizing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Once again, some viewers may find the following content disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Josh Jackson. Josh Jackson was a number 4 overall pick in the 2017 NBA draft. The same draft class as De'Aaron Fox and Lonzo Ball, Jason Tatum, Bam Adebayo, right? Well, this man allegedly, and I do want to stress the word allegedly, sexually assaulted a woman at an NYC hotel. Josh Jackson was a former star at Kansas. He's been accused of sexual battery, sexual assault, and orchestrating an armed robbery in a federal lawsuit brought by a woman who is identified as Jane Doe. According to the lawsuit, which was obtained by the Kansas City Star, Jane Doe and Jackson met at a Super Bowl party in NYC in February 2022. The party was thrown by then former Brooklyn Nets star Andre Drummond, who invited Jane Doe because she had a romantic interest in Jackson. The two exchanged phone numbers while Jane Doe was seeking help looking for her lost phone, and then went to a nightclub with others to continue the party. Per the lawsuit, Doe went home, but shortly after that received a text message from Jackson offering her $1,500 to come see him. She told her attorney that she did not accept the $1,500, but when Jackson sent her an Uber so she can get to where she was, she took it, saying she thought that the party was still happening, but there was no party. Doe alleges Jackson was alone and said she told him that she was not there for sex and she wasn't a gold digger when he tried to impress her. After an evening of drinking, Doe eventually fell asleep on the bed facing away from Jackson. However, she says she woke up after Jackson allegedly ripped open her clothes and R-ed her. She cried for him to stop and eventually passing out from the trauma, confusion, and horror of the R word, according to the suit. Doe ran out of the room the next morning and brought an emergency contraception pill before returning to the apartment. A short time later, the suit says she began getting threatening messages from several unknown phone numbers accusing her of stealing a watch and claiming they knew where she lived. While in the middle of a nap later on that day, she heard the sound of her locked front door opening and was suddenly confronted by two hoodie-wearing women, one holding what appeared to be a gun, who threatened to kill her. The women were tackled by building security and arrested by the NYPD. Doe alleged that Jackson orchestrated the robbery. Now, the suit Jane Doe has brought against Jackson is a civil suit and does not involve criminal charges. She is seeking damages from Jackson and the two women who were caught by security while they were robbing her. Jackson has emphatically denied all charges through his lawyer. While there is a civil suit, there is a police report that matches the basic details of Jane Doe's description in the lawsuit, though some aspects are different. In June, the Kansas City Star viewed a police report that was submitted in New York for an alleged R word that took place in the same hotel that day. The woman told police she arrived at the suspect's hotel room after drinking alcohol and couldn't remember what happened after. When she woke up the next morning, All of her clothes were off, and she was in bed next to the suspect. When he tried to get on top of her, she pushed him off, got dressed, and left. The KC Star noted that she believes she may be the victim of a sexual assault, as written on the police report. The 26-year-old Jackson was selected 4th overall by the Suns in 2017, following a single year with Kansas. However, he was never able to realize the potential that the Suns believed he had. Phoenix traded him to the Memphis Grizzlies just after 2 years, and from there, he spent time with the Detroit Pistons, Toronto Raptors, and the Sacramento Kings. He signed with the Kings G League team in January 2023, but was waived 4 days later and is currently a free agent. This is not the first time Jackson has had legal issues. In 2019, he was arrested for resisting an officer and accused of using marijuana around his infant daughter. 2 years later, he was arrested for allegedly vandalizing a car belonging to a woman of the KU women's basketball team, but was entered into a diversion program and had to complete an anger management course. If this is true, because none of us know if this is true or not. So we have to take this with a grain of salt, and we have to do our due diligence and letting the process play out. I'm not going to say he's guilty, but I'm not going to also say he's innocent also. What I'm saying is we need to let the facts play out, and that comes with time, because time has a way of revealing the truth. If what is alleged is true, then Josh Jackson, you need to be put under the jail. I understand that Jane Doe might put her, for security and for safety reasons, might not want to reveal herself. But you know what? I'm going to leave that alone. You guys let me know what y'all think about this particular story. This alleged incident is crazy. And nobody, and I do mean nobody, it was already bad enough that his NBA career is practically over at this point, considering that this guy was a number 4 overall pick in 2017. Guys that was in his draft class, outside of Lonzo Ball, have flourished on their respective teams, and this guy has not. So you go from a number 4 overall pick in 2017 to practically being the league, and now you got, not only you had legal issues before, but now you got this massive legal issue now. No team is going to want to touch him, especially considering we've had incidents with current players in the league right now. Whether it be about Miles Bridges, whether it be about Ja Morant, whether it be about Kevin Porter Jr. So the NBA already have to contend with those guys. And then you get a guy who basically was in the league, got kicked out the league due to his poor play and his poor attitude. Now he got these allegations over his head. No team is going to touch Josh Jackson with the longest antenna pole in New York until this thing blows over. And even if this thing just happened to blow over, there's no way they're bringing this guy in at all. What's up, Gideon? So once again, we need to do our due diligence and let the process play out. If this is true, then Josh Jackson need to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. If this is not true, then Jane Doe need to reveal herself, and she needs to be subjected to legal ramification for filing a false report. Because when you make these type of allegations, you are putting someone's credibility, you're putting someone's reputation in serious jeopardy. And these type of allegations are not to be messed with. They are not to be taken as tongue-in-cheek. So we're going to follow this story, and we're going to provide a follow-up as more details emerge. But if you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Shouts out to the Lions Den basketball community. Later on this week, I will do my annual basketball preview. So be on the lookout for that. That video will probably be either around between Thursday and Saturday. I will do that video about who I think is going to the playoffs, what team's going to suck, what teams are going to do great, what coaches are going to get fired, right? I'm already telling you right now, one coach already on the hot seat. Watch out for the Washington Wizards coach. He's on the hot seat. That's my first giveaway. Second one, the Houston Rockets and the Oklahoma City Thunder will make the playoffs. That's to give you a preview of the kind of content I'm going to put out on that preview show. I might get Too Raw. I might get a couple other people on here, and we'll chop it up. But anyway, this your man. Scream at me. Hey!